turn on my camera. All right. Well, good morning. Whoop. Try that again. Pin my video. There we go. Good morning, everyone. So for those of you who did not hear, today's session is going to be all about the PKnot. If you do not have a PKnot, feel free to use an exercise ball, or perhaps you have a couple of tennis balls wrapped around in duct tape. That'll work just fine as well. It's going to be about 12 minutes today, this session, and we will be lying down on the floor towards the end. So hopefully you've had plenty of water before this session to make it a little bit easier on your body. So I'm going to get started with my timer here. And the first thing I want to work on is the chest. So you can take your PKnot or your tennis ball, whatever you have, put it right on the chest, nice and vertical, just like that. One hand over the other. We're going to slide side to side right on the chest. This is a little bit easier with the chest. I'm doing it this way mainly because I am feeling pretty sore. I could do this on the floor or on a table. However, I think for today, this is where I am intensity-wise. If you'd like to do this on your chest on the floor or table, you're more than welcome to do so. We have another 15 seconds with this side before we move on to the other side of the chest. So it's about 45 seconds total with this side, this muscle group, and everything else we're working on today. About 45 seconds. All right, again, we're gonna take that PKnot or tennis ball, whatever you have, right on the other side of the chest, nice and vertical, one hand over the other, and we're simply gonna move side to side just like that. In 3, 2, and 1. There's the timer. So side to side, putting as much pressure on the body as you can. Taking your time as you move side to side. Feel free to move the PKnot or tennis ball around so you can get the best angles. You can get the more sensitive part of the muscle. Right now, I'm feeling a bit of a knot, so I'm going to hold here for about 5 seconds myself and start moving again. Hopefully that releases some knots towards the end of today's session. Changing angles, doing whatever you want so long as you're on that muscle. 3, 2, and 1. Next up, we're going to work right under behind the chest muscle. So grabbing that side of your muscle, the very outside, we're going to put the neck around the outside, dropping our arms so that one ball is right under the armpit. And all I'm going to do is give this arm a little bit of a tug. So I'm feeling this on the very edge of my chest. And as I wiggle around a little bit, I might feel a little bit on my arm as well in areas we don't normally think of stretching out or might be a little bit neglected. If you do a lot of arm work for yourself throughout the week, this could be very ideal, especially for the tricep. And all we're doing is holding. Feel free to release if you need to and go right back into it. We have another 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Excellent, that's our timer. All right, again, grabbing the neck. We want to put it right on the outside of the other side of our chest. That one ball in the back is going to be covered right under the armpit. We're going to grab our wrist. We're going to give it a little bit of a tug. There's no need for rolling or anything like that. We're simply holding this position, giving it a good little squeeze. We're going to do something similar with a hold and the squeeze right after this exercise. So we have another 25 seconds. Again, this is something you can do with a tennis ball as an alternative. If you don't have a PKnot for today, that's totally fine. We have another 10 seconds. Again, remember, you can release and go right back into it if you need to. 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. All right, taking that PKnot, what we're going to do is we're going to bring it right behind the knee like this. The way I want to do that is I'm going to be on my side on one knee. I'm going to lean forward. Maybe I don't have enough light here. Leaning forward and squeezing the PKnot as much as I can with the back of my leg, the hamstring, and the calf. So putting that pressure on those two muscle groups is where we're going to release some tension. This is especially good if you have one of those 8 hours a day sitting at a desk kind of job. Feel free to lower the PKnot down towards the calf. You'll have to lean forward just a little bit more so we can get different areas of both the hamstring and the calf. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. All right, again, switching legs. We're going to take that PKnot right behind the knee. And this is where all we have to do is simply lean forward and hold the position just like that. Let's go. Feel free to hold the PKnot in this one spot for the whole 45 seconds if you'd like. We're also getting a little bit of a stretch in the hip flexors this way. Anyone else who wants to try different angles, simply roll that PKnot down the calf and squeeze. You'll have to lean forward a little bit more, like I said last time. Just remember to hold and breathe while you hold this position. We have another 10 seconds. I'm going to roll my PKnot up just because I feel the knot here. And I am leaning on the leg for a little extra pressure. All right, moving on. This is where the PKnot, maybe I have too much light, is ideal. So you want to place that on the floor, and we're going to put our shin, our bone here, right on the neck of the PKnot. And all we're going to do is roll forward and back with the knee. Let me try a different angle here. Rolling forward and back with this one leg. Moving the PKnot around so we're getting different angles or different areas of our shin. I see someone. Oh, is it? Maybe I have to come a little bit closer. I don't know why that would be. Nothing's changed too much. Is it better if I'm a little bit closer? Just moving forward and back. All right, let's move on to the other side. Someone said that the video and the audio is a little bit choppy today. All right. So again, moving forward and back. Thank you for letting me know. Just moving forward and back on the shin. So we have another 30 seconds with this side. Again, if you feel any knots, just simply hold. You can lean a little bit forward or back, side to side. If you feel any knots on the shin, be very careful with this muscle group. This is where obviously we get our shin splints, which normally happens because this muscle is somewhat neglected in workouts and working from home. So it's best to open up a little bit of blood flow in this area so we're less likely to have shin splints throughout the day. All right, moving on. And this is where I'm on the floor for the rest of my time with you. Putting this right on the lat. And this is where I'm going to give you guys some options to either lean forward and back doing the tilt, or you can use this hand to help lift yourself up a little bit as you move down and up. So for me, I'm going to be right here and I'm just going to do my tilts. Feeling very stiff today in the lats. So again, feel free to lean forward and back, and you can move up and down and do tilts that way as well. 5 more seconds. Excellent. All right, moving on to the other side. Taking that PKnot, we're going to have the lat right on the neck of the PKnot, just like on our last side. Resting the head, leaning back and forward. back, and forward. Taking your time. You don't have to follow my pace if you don't want to when it comes to leaning forward and back. If you want to go a little bit slower, you can. Changing angles or different areas of the lat at any time. To the person who messaged me, do I sound any better when I'm on the floor, a little closer to my computer? We get about 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're moving on to our final exercise for today. So the two ends of the PKnot are going to be right on the back of the neck. So it should look something like this. So the vertebrae of your spine, your neck, is going to be right on the neck of the PKnot. And all we're going to do here, ooh, my collar is stuck. All we're going to do is hold, keeping the chin close to the chest. For some, this is all you need to do with the PKnot. For others who are a little more comfortable with it, feel free to do your tilts on one side, really digging that PKnot into the very bottom of the back of your head. Bring it back center. Let's work on the other side. Putting as much pressure as you can tolerate. Again, on the bottom of the back side of your head. Bring it center. Release that PKnot. And that is all I have for you today. So, lift my computer up. Sorry to hear that. Still choppy for at least one person. All right. So thank you for joining me today. Hopefully you had some water before this session, and you should have some water right after these sessions as always. If you have any questions for me, feel free to leave them in the chat. Otherwise, have a great rest of your day. Again, thank you for joining me. Okay, thank you, Laura. And we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.